Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and today's video we're going to be doing a book discussion, and we're going to be doing an Indiana Jones novel, and this one is on Indiana Jones and the Genesis Deluge by Rob McGregor. And if you're new here, I won't spoil too much if you haven't read it. So that's kind of how I operate with this, and then I'll go over certain things and then my thoughts towards the end and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and let's dive in. So, The Genesis Deluge is the fourth Indiana Jones novel published from the line of Indiana Jones novels in the 90s, and also the fourth one to be written by Rob McGregor. And also, Rob McGregor even wrote the Last Crusade novelization, so a little fun fact there. And this book takes place in the year 1927, and then you have a prologue set in 1917. And the main MacGuffin of this storyline is going to find Noah's Ark. So Noah's Ark is the MacGuffin of this storyline. Indy is teaching in London. Then he'll go to Chicago to visit an old friend named Jack Shannon. And then Indy will meet a doctor named Vladimir Zobolotsky and his daughter Katrina. And then they'll talk about things that kind of set the journey to Turkey to find the Ark, because that's where they think the Ark will be. Then on their journey they'll encounter some Russians, and they'll encounter the Janissaries, so that's kind of who they'll encounter in this book. And then there's some interesting moments, like we do learn a bit more about a history between Indy and Marcus Brody, and Indy even mentions about how he was offered a job from Marcus, but Indy kindly turned it down, so that's that. And then Indy even briefly mentions Marion in here, which was kind of interesting. He talks about how Marion would hit him or something, so that's kind of how it's mentioned in that context. And then we get some great dynamics between Indy and Katrina and stuff. And then at the end, we do have an interaction between Indy and Marcus, like at the end of the book. So that's kind of a thing there. And the storyline did feel like a classic Indiana Jones adventure and stuff. I felt like this sort of captured, in a way, the spirit of the original three films. So that's kind of the tone of this book. It's a pretty fun read in that. And the storyline's pretty straightforward, and definitely had a good time with this book. And I definitely would recommend it, and I'd probably rate it an 8 out of 10. So that kind of does it for me with this discussion. And let me know what you think in the comments down below if you read this book. Did you love this book? Not love this book? Were you indifferent? Let me know your thoughts on this book down below. And don't forget to share this video. Let's get to 700 subscribers. You can follow me on Bluesky, Jedi Master Daniel 96, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Twitter at DanRS87, and Facebook, Jedi Master Daniel 96. Have a great day, everyone, and fortune and glory. Bye.